This young boy claims that it's hard to maintain cause he gets discriminated due to race. And this young girl says they don't judge her by her brain, too busy looking at her body and her face. Let's talk about life, let's talk about love. If we talk about love, then we should talk about us. And if we're talking about us, we need to talk about growth. They talk about you, but they should talk about both. It's easier to hate now and harder to care. We used to offer help, now we gossip and stare. Comment, like, swipe, share. Hate used to be rare, now you see it everywhere. Man wants to be radical and take away life. Behaving like an animal, you see it in his eyes. Load up his weapon, walk in, aim. 51 body count like a computer game. And we wanna share the video to what entertain. Lost in the crowd watching life on the stage. It's a terrible state, yesterday was heartbreak. Today she back on YouTube putting makeup on her face. And the men are all the same, but I don't complain. We don't help each other, we the slander and shame. Do something good, they forget about your name. When you do something bad, watch how fast you find fame. Inside the body, there's a piece of flesh. If this flesh is good, then also is the rest. Verily, it is the heart. What a life y'all lost, sitting here wishing that I could press restart.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Do you practice what you preach, or do you turn the other cheek? Allah, 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 help us, send us guidance from above. Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
What happened to the love and what happened to the peace? We got wars in the streets and wars in the Middle East. Gunshots, bombs drop, people flee. And now we have millions of refugees that are scattered overseas and have become numb to the tragedies. As we add another number to the casualties, another kid gets stripped from his family. I'm asking myself what has happened to humanity. And they want to talk to us about terrorism, despite the killings by the far right and white supremacism. But I guess all that is irrelevant to the president of the USA who wants to make America great. But all he's ever done was make America hate. And gun crimes at its highest ever rate. Mosques get shot and schools get sprayed. Then nothing's gonna change when politicians are paid by the NRA. And we wonder why they're so corrupt. But it's okay cause in God we trust. And even if it's all we got everything we need. As the prophet told us, you will never enter paradise until you believe. And you will never believe until you start to love. And in order to love, you need to spread the peace.
We need some peace and quiet in this world. So tired of the fighting and the wars. Put the knives down, put the guns down. Stop the mothers crying cause the child's gone now. Stop the killing cause nobody's winning. Can we stop the sinning? People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Do you practice what you preach, or do you turn the other cheek? Allah, 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 help us, send us guidance from above. Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
Too comfortable with the way that we living. We forget about the orphanage children. Poverty a weapon doing all the killing. Desensitized is a way that we feeling. Being silent is a form of abuse. When my people end up dead on the news. Television telling lies in disguise of the truth. Make a difference with these words is my oath in the booth. Yeah. Never divide, gotta unite against this hate. Leaving mosque and body bags and headed straight to heaven's gates. Trying to survive, victim of oppressor, choose a side. Aiming for the physical, but never gonna kill the faith. Our legacy gon' live forever. If one of us is cold, we gon' land this sweater. Feet to feet, stand strong, 10 toes on the carpet. Though we ain't blood, break bread if you starving. Where was the love for the villages in Mali? Selected with your morning, so we see through your sorries. Assimilating to the system, standing for what's right, left, Ilhan. Ridiculed just cause she's a hijabi. Haven't forgot about the families in Palestine. Rohingyas getting burned alive in Burma. Muslims put in concentration camps in China. These situations that you probably never heard of. Islam the fastest growing religion. White supremacists playing a part of spreading the message. If we all how we portray, then everybody be finished. I set the record like Guinness, never framing our image.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Do you practice what you preach, or do you turn the other cheek? Allah, 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 help us, send us guidance from above. Cause people got me questioning, where is the love?
Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay out there? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, I had a little incident with my mic. Well, I don't call it an incident. My last video that was on the nasty recliner, but I swear God won't let me say some things because I've never had problems with my microphone. And it was just all messed up throughout the whole thing until it got to the end, which was great for me because there was stuff in the end that she really needed to hear. But I don't think if she heard the whole video, anything would have changed about her in the first place because she's too perfect. I mean, she's not supposed to be here. She thinks she is and says, that's why YouTube gave me a channel. That's why YouTube took all your channels. And what you've done to stay here is to delete and hide everything. But, you know, that's what people do. Evil people do a lot of things. It's just crazy. But, I was looking into my Robb Elementary School the other day, and I'm not finished with that. No way, no how. Because I am still believing that those children were taken across the border. I know everybody thinks they died. I understand that. I understand that I'm taking a different approach that other people might not agree, do not agree with. But in my opinion, it looks more like child, what do they call it?
I know what you're trying to say.
Well, yeah, I know what I'm trying to say too. Where they take the kids across the border and they sell them. This would have been super easy at Uvalde, and I think it happened. They still haven't released any better footage than that person got of Ramos from her house window. I mean, we should have already seen better footage, period, at the least. So I saw an article the other day where I don't know who the person is that put it out. So I'm looking to find them because they had a footage where parents were looking through a fence and yelling and screaming for these kids. And they saw a white van back up to this place, and they saw the kids brought out with, head coverings and handcuffs, the plastic ones. And there were a lot of kids, and the parents of some of these kids were standing out there. I mean, there was a lot of people out there. And when I say a lot, I don't mean 3. There was 30, 40, and they all watched this. So that's what makes me lead to Uvalde was a child smuggling act for aimed at the Border Patrol to hurt them, to say, hey, look what we can do. Of course, you never seen anything about Ramos either after that. You have a very short story about a very intensive situation. And that makes no sense at all. Also, I saw that they either took the person from the Border Patrol who was in charge into a secret meeting through the back door of the courthouse so that he could be interviewed by the judge. So that's a little weird too. Because, I mean, why would he need to go through the back door, and why were they hiding his presence there and not wanting anybody to know that this happened? But you know how that works. Everybody with an iPhone's going to catch you. So, I'm sorry, but child smuggling is very rampant in this country. And I now, between Uvalde and the video of the people standing outside the fence of some place, because these kids were coming out of somebody's house, a building, getting it, being trailed out to a white van. So I know very well that people want to believe the story that's fed to them, but I don't believe that story. I never have since the beginning, because nothing makes sense. Nothing normal. Nothing went like it should have. The one lone hero that came, minutes late after all of the border patrol were there, the police, the state, an armored vehicle, they all waited on him, it seems like. And then when he got there, he took control and went in. So that's a very odd, thing to happen actually in a scene like that. But that's what happened. That's what they say happened, right? Okay. So I'm still working on that case. It's just not sitting right with me. And then it brings me to more and more children being smuggled out the country, and how it's rampant in Texas. I mean, it's more like it's being hidden like it always has, but it's just more visual, I think, than they want to. They're getting lazy. They're getting lazy about hiding what they're doing. I don't think they fear anything anymore. The people who smuggle kids. But that's just another angle to this. And then when I see about the kids, I'm trying to remember what state that was in. Milwaukee, I think. So that's two instances. I'm sorry. No one can change my mind about Uvalde and what I think it is. I can only prove myself wrong at the end of the day. And let me tell you, it's not easy with that case because they're keeping a lot tight-lipped about it. Let me get a drink here. Then, that's on that. I'm also thinking about starting to do a plant-based food series. I'm a plant-based eater. I'm very educated about plant-based on so many levels as a medicine and what it can do for your body. So I've healed a lot of my own aches and pains and illnesses with plants. So, over any medication that the VA has given to me. Um, so that's something I'm going to start doing as well. So I'm not finished with the anything of the empowerment series, because we need to be empowered more and more every single day. I mean, I keep saying and I'm sorry. It's just that I have so many things I want to talk about, and it's hard for me to like pin it down. Uh, well, let's just go with the big hog in the room. Uh, NC. I noticed the streets have been quiet this week. There isn't anyone out talking. I haven't seen Jess. I haven't seen Tubby. Um, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about when I say Tubby, that's my nickname for her for not getting out of the chair. Um, just because she won't get out of it, I call her Tubby. Um, of course, she can't say my name uh, correctly, or any of her subjects, or any of her. I don't even know that they're subs. She's got a Drama Devise, who says my name a certain way. I mean, the other day I made one comment in a place, and they were going over, in her chat about they were critiquing it, and I had made one comment in that chat, and it's so funny to me that Drama Divide said naysayers. That's what they call me. She brought my name up, and that was so odd, because I'm not a big channel. I'm not important in that aspect. I don't do the same things that other creators do. So she shouldn't be worried about me at all. But I mean, the saddest thing is that she's so edgy. Well, I'm not sorry, the saddest thing. I'm gonna say the funniest thing to me. The funniest thing to me is how Tubby says she's so smart, she's so educated, and she's so above the rest of us. But yet she chooses my name as something to make fun of. I mean, that's what people did in second and third grade. So I just find it very funny that she adds letters to my name that don't exist. Um, I think it's just because she can't say it right, but that's not uncommon. It's funny, but it's not uncommon. But she don't phase me though. She thinks what she does phases me or bothers me. If that's what she says. If you mention her name, I'm talking about Tubby. If you mention Tubby's name, Tubby the recliner. So if you mention Tubby's his name, then she makes fun of your name, and like she's being condescending, but it just sounds ignorant. I mean, she's making fun of how people can't say things, and then she sits there and makes a funny thing over my first name, and it's just stupid. But if that's the best you got, and I do believe it is, because I mean, I'm just a person. There's nothing special about me in that sense. I also noticed that Tubby the recliner uh, picks on certain people, like Miss Portland, Jess, me, Barb. But I never see her have the balls to go after Lana. I never see her have the balls to go after Crafton and Kim, and they talk a good game about her. So there's just certain people that she knows are above her level that she can't even talk about. Or she refuses to, because she knows the backlash from that is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a 4th of July fireworks. Speaking of which, don't go and buy anything, no gas, no nothing on the 4th of July. Um, you should have seen that all over the internet by now. America's going to take a stand. The people are taking the stand, and the stand will hit the economy and hurt this country if you don't buy gas, don't grocery shop, don't do anything, no fireworks, no nothing. Just stay home and don't buy a thing. So, smokers, you need to buy your cigarettes the day before, buy whatever you want to buy the day before, but not on the 4th of July. It's time for us to make a statement. Sorry. But, sorry. But yeah, I just noticed that about Tubby the recliner. She I had to give her chair a name. I mean, we see that chair more than we want to. I know I do. And hell yeah, do I go to her lives? You're damn right I do. And why? Because I'm not going to let her get away with a thing. If she talks about it, I'm going to talk about her. To me, she crossed the line when she did what she did to Jess by the PO thing. And then also, I mean, you're trying to get her in trouble with the PO, and that will affect her kids. And that's too far for me. You're not a human being. So since she's not a human being, I'm going to call her Tubby the recliner. And I'm talking about the chair. Make that really clear for everybody. I'm calling the chair Tubby. Because it's funny. It's just, I think it's hilarious. I laugh about it all the time. She's just weak. She's a weak person, and she thinks by attacking people the way she does that she's not weak. But from my stance, being what my major focus is on God, then she just needs a reminder that her Aunt Debbie and her daddy is looking down on her and sees everything she does, everything about her behavior they can see. And I wonder, would they be pleased? Would they care? Would they think it's funny like she does? I wonder how her daddy thinks while he's somewhere, because like I said, they look down on us. Everybody knows that. I wonder how he feels about her putting peckers on her head. I don't think he's going to think it's funny. Hi, Jill. How are you doing? Glad to see you back. I was saying earlier about Uvalde. I hope you were here. If you didn't, let me know. I'll recap on that for you. But yeah, I wonder how they think of her, or does she ever think about that? I mean, does she just she's a conundrum, and she's a Rubik's cube that nobody wants to solve. But she thinks, that nobody can see her. I don't care to see you, but your dad and your aunt, well, they can see you. Just because they passed away don't mean they can't see you, because they can. You need to get that in that noggin. Write it on Tubby. Right on the armchair. Right on the arm of Tubby. My mom, my dad, and my Aunt Debbie can see me when I attack other people. They can see my nasty mouth. They can see all the sexual stuff she does. They can see all the hate she puts out there, and I wonder if she would ask herself, would they be proud? Yeah, they're getting sloppy. And Uvalde, they're not only getting sloppy, you know, and I was thinking about the connection of another shooting at the Uvalde High School that happened within 2 weeks of the first one. I'm leaning more on this as being child trafficking than people want to see it that way. Sorry. No, you're not behind. I just was earlier. I was saying on the Uvalde thing. I'm still on. There's so much to track down. If you're on the side that, like the news puts out, then there's nothing to look for really. I mean, it's all out there. But if you're on the side that I'm looking at, it's very difficult. And I'm looking at the side of, from Ramos. I want to know, did they not show? No, I don't want to see their dead bodies, but I'm not sure that deaths happened. I think child trafficking happened, but I'm not sure if I believe all the deaths happened. Like I said, they focused on it that one day, then they whittled away at it for a few days, and now you don't hear anything about it. It's not all over. So, and the fact that they waited for the one Border Patrol guy to come in and shoot him, so they say. But you got to remember, the guy that went in is the officer who handles all of the pretty much cities, with a few people, of course, of the smuggling rings. So he was actually doing that whenever he showed up at the school. He had been interviewing a family about the smuggling of children. So I really am sitting on that Uvalde wasn't a mass murder. It was a mass child smuggle. You still don't see any cameras from outside on the school. You could at least show that. The officer of the man in charge of, from the Border Patrol, he was taken in a back door to go into the court. They didn't want you to see him. They didn't want anybody to know that he was there. There are more and more things unfolding, and not in a good way if you look at it. If you want to look at it like the TV goes, good. Then you don't have to think about anything at all. And I was also saying, Jill, that I don't remember. I got it wrote down somewhere. There's a van backed up to a house, and there are like 30 or 40 African American people out there looking through a fence. They can't get onto the property about these children that are being loaded up in the back of this white van, and their heads are covered with, so they can't see, and they have plastic handcuffs on. And there's 30 or 40 people out there who filmed this, and they saw it. So even that makes me lean toward child smuggling, that this is really what all this is about, except they're not hiding it. They're getting way, way more bolder. So that should tell us a lot what's going on in this country, even about us. I'm gonna get a drink. So I'm not done with that case, but it's harder than you think it is. And I said I was gonna do, I'm thinking about doing a plant-based series too. I'm not done with any of the series that I have on my page. I'm not done at all. Um, and then I got on got on Tubby. And Tubby is what I call, I'm just catching people up that just came in. Tubby is the nickname that I have for the recliner. I never seen anybody with so much disgust. But the other day, she even mentioned when she was younger, she was a stuck-up little bull. Yeah, she was a stuck-up bully then. She said it on her own channel that she was stuck up. So I believe it. I think she's very stuck up. But the truth of it is, she's just a narcissist. I did a whole series on one of my videos. The whole video was about a narcissist. And there's a lot of good info on there. So if you haven't seen it, go by and check that out, because when you really see what all they're capable of, you could just see her face as the poster child for them. Don't forget to please subscribe and hit the like buttons. So there's just a lot of stuff that goes on. She attacked Jess and Mandy, and while she was doing the PO thing. She just don't know when to shut her mouth and sit down. I mean, I said the other day, I made this video, but it was all messed up because my mic was messed up. And that just tells me God told me not to say all that stuff I was saying, because my mic is never messed up. I have a really cool mic at the 8KG. And it's a big, it's a nice mic. And because at the end of the video, whenever I was saying a really important stuff that I wanted to tell her, my microphone was very clear. So I don't know what that was about, but I did take the video down. And I took the video down because you can't really hear it. Because the microphone was just doing all kind of stuff. Of course, I have a habit of, touching my microphone, and it's on this cool base, so I always am messing with it. So I don't know. But she needs to sit down. I don't know if she should pick up a Bible or watch it on her phone or the internet, because I'm kind of afraid if she actually picks one up, it might spontaneously combust on her. So I don't want her hurt. I mean, but still, she don't have no problem hurting other people. But yeah, she called herself a stuck-up person when she was young, and don't think she's different because she is. She thinks she's the perfect woman. I'm sorry, I like to choke on my own words. She thinks she's a perfect woman. Lord have mercy. She thinks she has the perfect kids. She has the perfect house. She has the perfect life, and you're a perfect narcissist. 100%. I made a whole video about you as a narcissist, because when I'm covering the narcissist stuff, she checks all boxes. Checks all boxes. Yeah, that doctor on there, I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. I ran a video on there from this doctor who's an expert at a narcissist. And when she was talking about it, Natasha checks all the boxes. Accept it. Wear it like a crown for yourself or something. Yeah, I know, she said. I know she says it, and that's what's. It's not funny that she says that, but she thinks it's affecting me, and the reason it's not affecting me, it just shows her ignorance and childlike, behavior, because there's no Y's in my first name at all, and she's added two of them. But the fact that she thinks she's so smart, she's so perfect, she's so just perfect grammar, just is so much more intellectual than any of us. Yet she cannot seem to either spell my name or say my name right. But she's not affecting me. I just think it's stupid and funny, because I know she thinks that's like crushing me or something. I also notice when I see the little eyeball up there, I have 4 or 5, and then down to 2 when I start talking about her, uh, because that's her little spies that are over here. But I don't know why people are spying on me anyway. I mean, I'm not even close to being a big channel. Jill says, like people try to personalize abductors by using their names, and I always use employees' names if I can see them. So it's extra demeaning, but you don't care. I know it's demeaning, and that's what she wants me to. She wants me to feel demeaned, and just horrible about what she's saying about my name, and that I should just be mortified, you know. But how can I? Because she just shows I don't know what you call it, her ignorance. But yet she thinks she's so, just intelligent and can say anybody's name perfectly. But since she brings it up, let me tell this much. The Muslim boy name of Nasir means supporter, protector, granting victory. That's what my name means. So it's kind of just stupid to make fun of people's name. Let me sit this up here. But she thinks the reason I don't care, Jill, Noodle talks mad crap about you, Mandy and I as well. Noodle is still talking about me? For what? I thought I addressed her and scooped her on out the way. She's so silly. Noodle, let me sit this one. Jill, I don't have a thing to do with Noodle because, yeah, I don't either. I spoke on her one time and I had nothing else to say about her, so I find it interesting. Hey, Mandy, because I don't even speak about Noodle Mash, but I only spoke on her one time, because she said she attacked me over the weekend. Not this weekend, but the one I was talking about last week. And I ain't heard nothing from her because I don't hear her. So I hope you're eating a salad because I want one. I don't get the name thing. Jill, NC loves to make fun of names. She used to say Indian giver when she was called out. She claimed claimed to be part Native American with no details. If she's Native American, some things I just can't get over. You're a Native American who's into white supremacy stuff to be perfect and no one except you, as a white person, is perfect. So I don't, I, I don't see her as being Native American in any way, shape, or form. She's gonna need a little something for me, but besides blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever the hell her eyes are. Our eyes should be brown because they're full of shit. But I mean, I laugh at her. She thinks when she's making fun of my name that she's, that's what she does. She pokes at people with something she thinks is like gonna make them upset and make them get on YouTube and attack back. But when her and what the hell's her name, DD, Drama Divides, and actually Drama Divides said it before Natasha did that night on the video when she was talking about Mandy C and Jess. So I thought it was weird because I only made one comment in a room, and that's the one that they pointed out. And yeah, they called me naysayer, which I don't mean to alarm you, but I don't have any Y's in my name. So I just think it's funny that she calls herself, "Oh, I'm so perfect. You need some grammar lessons. Your etiquette is this." It's just fucking hilarious because she is horrible at all the things she thinks she's perfect at. She adds letters to names, takes letters out, and she thinks that's hilarious. It's about as hilarious as Don Rickles. And that's why I call her Chair Tubby. I'd hate to call her Tubby. She might get upset. But you'd have to have feelings to get upset. And she doesn't have any of those either. I don't feel sorry for her, "Oh, I'm broke" song, because I know she's not. I heard on the video of her little vacation thing when, her daughter that does everything for her, said that she spent $400 getting t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. And Tubby didn't even, oops, I dropped my pen. Yeah. Tubby didn't even make a reaction. She didn't even say something like, "Why are you spending all this money? We got air conditioners to fix. We got all this stuff." She didn't say nothing. She was like, "Oh, okay, you spent $400 on t-shirts." Wow. Mandy says they've been trying to get a reaction. They're trying to get a reaction out of everybody, which is why she's so quiet lately, I think. Had to get a drink. I drink so much lemon water. I drink a gallon a day. People think it's a lie, but it's not. Because that's something silly to lie about. Oh, Jill. All that Gabby blood money she pissed away. Oh, I don't even like to talk about that subject because that's how she made her fame and fortune right there. Nobody know who she was if it wasn't for Gabby. What don't you get? You don't get what? Why she's a laughing stock joke to me? Why I call the chair Tubby? I don't want to call her that. I mean, she might get really offended and make fun of my name or something and call me other names that she can't back up. I mean, God forbid, that might break my heart. Oh, did I sound unaffected? I'm sorry. Yeah, you were busy yesterday. I didn't see you nowhere. I was looking for you the other night when you came in my candle room. Jill says, I think that the defense money is for fighting the Florida news station. I think that the defense money is for fighting the Florida news station. What do you mean? Is she getting sued or is she trying to sue them? Somebody tell me to go, tell me what you're talking about. Or, hey, Squirrel, can you drop my link? I don't know, one of y'all, Jill and Mandy. Ow. I'm just a bumbling something today. I'm hitting the mic, dropping my pen. Oh. Squirrel, can you drop my link? Jill says, I think WFLA will see how it goes with the other channel and then decide whether or not to proceed. Are they gonna go after her Tubby for basically just filming their channel all day long? They ought to. Well, that's fine, Mandy. Hurt my feelings. We maybe really, which may be why she's been a little quieter. I know we're not getting any kind of boo-hoo or, anything whatsoever out of her. It's like the YouTube streets are empty. Period. Yeah, I know you were supposed to yesterday. I looked for you everywhere. It was like trying to find a little mouse in a big house. Couldn't find you at all. I was getting a little worried. Don't make me worry like that. Yeah, there's no talk in the streets. Not one. There's nobody. Hello, everybody. Come on in. To put your name out there. There's like 8 of you in here. Or is that 8 NC spies? Well, no, 6 at least. Oh, there went one of them. Bye-bye, spy. Oh, maybe Natasha's watching. Ooh, I should be scared. Ooh, I should be like shaking in my shoes. Not. I wish she would get it through her head that no matter making fun of my name or anything like that, it doesn't affect me. It just makes me think. It makes me know even more just how uneducated she is. I'm still, the only thing I need is subs. I already have my watch hours and everything. So, I guess she's going to be like, oh, he just wants to make my kind of money. And she's going to freak out. And that's why she's trying to do stuff to me too. I don't know. I don't really know because I'm the lowest man on the totem pole. She's afraid somebody's going to make money. She attacked Jess for that, for making money. Oh, you think I'm worried about your little $1,600? Heck yeah, I think you're worried about it. You don't want anybody on here to make a penny. You think if a penny is thrown off a Mardi Gras truck, that you should be the only one to catch it. I know that's scary. You're scary. I didn't believe you could do it. Or why. But not my business. Let me get out of Mandy's Kool-Aid because I asked her something that was none of my business. But she might have a new man. Ooh. Plot thickens. Plot thickens. NC, Jill says, NC said how happy she is to not be my mom which of course the feeling is mutual. My mom had issues, but wouldn't not ever have done that. Oh, the road rage. She ain't gonna like to hear this, Hannah. I know you can hear me. You need to instead of warning your mom like don't to not go off, you need to think for yourself. And whenever she tells you to do something that is stupid, you shouldn't do it. She can get mad in the same pants she gets happy in. But you were the road rage. Oh my gosh. I got to put that back up there because the road rage thing pissed me off too. Why did it piss me off? Because they almost peed their pants when Hannah got little bump to the rear end of the car when she was going probably the speed limit. But now what if, and this is not even a big what if, you're very lucky, Hannah. You're a very lucky girl. You're a very lucky young woman is what you are. You're not a child. Because you're driving, the police are going to cite you with something, not her. But what if you'd, I don't know, when you were going 90 miles an hour, let's just think of all the things that could have happened. A tire could have blew out. You might have gotten a little fender bender like that car hit you, but you were going 90, and that wouldn't have been a fender bender, buddy. That would have been a whole car flip over. If you'd have been going 90, it could have happened anywhere. Something ran out in the street, a pothole. Just there are so many factors to why you should not be driving that way. Just because your mom wants to flip off somebody in a BMW. I like how we had to know what car he was in too. I mean, if he's in a BMW, he's pretty up there in status. So she even attacks her own, I guess. Mandy told you, I'm sure you're happy not to be her daughter. I would no. And even wishing for the new baby to be a girl. So you can add more to the people you teach the stuff to. And I hope it's a boy. I think the dad's name is it what's it's not Josh. She says Josh's name so much that but that's not the older daughter's husband. I don't know what his name is. I know it, but I can't think of it right now. I hope it's a little boy for him. I really do. And she might be the grandma, but she's not the child's parent, so she might need to back her ass up out of there. The daughter and the husband's marriage and let them raise this child on their own. Jill said that person could have so easily followed them. Followed them? Huh. Tried to run them off road or even take a weapon out. So dangerous for them and others, and they think it's a hoot and are egged on by supporters. Yeah, that's another thing, Jill. At any time, Hannah, somebody could have took a gun out and shot at you. Yeah, there are people like that who drive down the highway who do what you were doing, and it would have appeared to be threatening to them, and they would have took a gun out and shot at you. Think about that next time before you follow her badass advice. I don't think she can drive. Oh, but I did notice while she's suffering, her daughter spent $400 on t-shirts and stuff, and she is driving a new vehicle. Anybody pick up on that? No, I don't think the biological daughters are innocent at all. I feel for the young one myself. What's awful? I got a, oh my god, Adam Andy. Haha. What's awful? What did I say that you thought was so awful? I'm just being realistic about the things that can happen to you on the interstate. Just saying. Well, you need to clarify what you mean on oh my god. Oh my god. Nasir didn't that's awful to say that. Because I ain't wishing nothing on nobody. I'm trying to give Hannah a warning of why she should not listen to her mother. There are a plethora of things that could happen. The way she says M's name is so condescending and loud and rude and demanding. If ever I seen somebody who probably couldn't wait to get to the age of 18, it's that one. It's that one. Yeah, Mandy C, you need to go watch that video of her telling Hannah to go, and Hannah going over 90 miles an hour chasing after a BMW on the interstate after they already gotten a little bump from an elderly couple, but certainly wasn't worried about it. But I do like the fact that you're so poor, you're eating ramen noodles, I guess, and spam, and you have a brand new car. Oh, by the way, in case you think we forgot, you got new air conditioners. Not shortly before you went on this little trip to see Cheryl. Oh, I'm sorry. Your mod. Of course, Cheryl came in here and talked shit to me before you had your weekend, so I really don't care. But yeah, Jill says she flips them off and then they speed up to catch with them. Then she says the worst things. Andrea mom had the video. Yeah, shh. That's what I'm gonna say. Shh. I couldn't watch the whole thing either, mostly because I fear for the little one who's in the back sleeping the whole most of this time, and that would have probably been the only reason she didn't get hurt if something would have happened. Good thing you said that. I'm glad you warned me in advance, or I'd have been so hurt. I'd have been hurt like I am when Natasha talks about me. When she says my name's so wrong. When she every man is 5 foot. Every man is 5 foot. And now Barb, the scoop of Barb, I don't know what her whole channel is. I'm sorry. But I have watched her, and I think she does really cool content, taking you around where she lives and showing you all the cool places. But anyway, making fun of her and her haircut, saying she has a lesbian crush on her. She even had a music video up about it. I mean, why does she pick the lower end of the totem pole to take on versus people who've been here way longer, like Kim and Crafton? Oh, man. Oh, she's bigger. That's a fact. Badder? No. No. Not badder. Are you at a loss for words there, somebody? Or you trying to be nice instead of just saying saying something bluntly? Just spit it out bluntly. Barb is nice. And she didn't really say or do anything to Natasha, but Natasha's all up on her, saying she has a girl crush on her, and she's saying stupid stuff like, I like hot dogs, not tacos. I'm sure a taco would flatten out and run, fly away, something. And the hot dog would be like it is when you put it in the microwave, split down the middle and say, oh, hell no. I don't know what you're talking about. First you're saying nothing, and then you say that. So I'm at a loss. Somebody in my chat is playing mind games on me, and it's so easy. It's so easy. Haven't heard from Miss Portland in a while. Haven't seen her either. I hope she's doing okay. I know she doesn't talk to me, not gonna talk to me, but that's okay. I still pray for her, and I still hope she's doing good. And I thought Barb did a great video in response to Jill. This fool right here. I do think she did too. I mean, she even said she was gonna show it to her barber when he cuts her hair next time. I was like, no. Well, whatever you ate, I don't know if it disagreed with you, but oh, some people just crack me up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing at the stupid stuff that the stupid shit that happens on Facebook. I mean, it could be a great comedy, a comical thing. But just on one side, you got the storybook version of a woman, a girl, a thing, a taco. I don't know. Because she thinks of the dumbest shit, grows up and becomes the queen of a tubby. Didn't the Teletubbies have a big scam thing written about them or discrimination? So, Tubby fits it. Oh, I love two things about my life. Do you know what that is, girl?
What?
I love to make people laugh, and I love to talk about God.
Well, that's true.
Well, more the first one is I like to talk about God a whole lot, especially because people just think you have to be all strict and straight up and down the board to be a man of God. But God has a sense of humor too. If you don't think so, look at a platypus and tell me that. Jill said Barb has no random. Barb has us do random acts of kindness and explain. And then you've got NC and her AC, and Barb spends every penny rich. There's no I know I couldn't help it. It's just so tempting. Yes, Barb does a lot of good things for the community. And what does Tubby do for the but hold on. Jill says I knew Vivian wouldn't speak with you and Mandy C about religion. Um I I didn't think she would, because one, she ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'll boot her ass off before I let her talk to me like she does to the other people. Because if you're truly have, in your heart, then you're gonna have mannerisms. You're gonna have respect for the subject you're talking about, especially if it's in. But if you come up here acting like a fool on me, I'm gonna boot you down to Satan where you belong. I mean, there's no play with me in religion. You don't get up here and just act like somebody totally different and then go to your platform and preach. I call those tent revivals. Um, and that's all about money too. So keep your form, Vivian, keep your form of Christianity away from me because I will eat you alive. And I will add salt and pepper because I know I'll probably need it. I'm just saying. Maybe some mustard. And yes, I do have a goofy side and I do have a fun side. It's just rarely shown. And today must be that kind of day. All because Tubby thinks that, people are afraid of her. Jill, she used to be the expert and only spoke on it. She's still posting verses on her community post, but she said she's not a Christian now. Whatever. Well, you see, that's what confuses me. When I was quiet listening to her go at it with wasn't that you, Mandy? She said she wasn't a Christian, but when she posts her community post, she uses an old Jewish wording of God. I bet her mouth just dropped over because she didn't know I knew what that little Y word was. Yeah, I do. You can say it's whatever you want to say it is, but you're not a Christian now. So what are you? I mean, there's only 186 versions of religion in the United States and around the world. And if you're not any of those, then the only thing you are is a minion for the devil. So either you're a part of one of the 186, uh, or you're not. I cannot watch WOD to save my life. I don't know what that is. Dot looked awfully strong. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Thank you for reminding me. Like I didn't choose on my list right here to talk about. Um, right, I do too. I quickly 1, 2, 3, 4. It is. That's why I guess I'm laughing. Jill says because Wog isn't Christian, so she switched him over. He was born again, but what now? Okay, when she writes her scriptures that she writes at the bottom Y Yahweh pretty much is what she writes. But the way she spells it is about God is technically God. So if she doesn't believe in God and she doesn't follow one of the 186 Christian faiths, then there's only one thing she can be following. Jews, Reformed Jews or Hasidic Jews read the Old Testament. That's just plain blunt, boom. Muslims read the Quran, whether you're a strict Muslim or just a Muslim, period. It doesn't matter what, Sunni or Shiite does not matter. They all read the Quran, even if they view it something. But that's the only book they have. And Christianity has 186 different types of religion. And if she's saying she's not one of those, well, then what the hell is she other than a minion for the devil? Yeah, I was scared about her incident too. I'm a little behind on my chat. Let me catch up. Um, she she could have lost teeth if she hit like a table or something like that, but I don't know. I just remember that day, somebody was saying, hint, hint, somebody was saying that she was pretending like she was boohooing on the phone and then, wait, online, and then called that person on the phone and was like, oh, I'm just, I'm not crying. I'm just, doing my thing, laughing and joking, and then goes back on boohooing again. You see? Ever since I heard that, I can't trust shit, Dorothy says. Jill, they don't know who they are, have unstable personalities, and no sense of identity. Yep. Not personally, definition of poly substance abuse. Please. Now Dot's son Jerry is getting money for being a hero. Bet you that kid was scared shitless. I mean, that's a hero. He is a hero. He done a heroic act for a kid his size. Yeah, I know you have, Mandy, been around. You're like, no, I ain't gonna mess with you today. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna make a joke, Mandy. I'd get a drink. I can't like say hold on and get a drink. Oh, look at this. Hold on, y'all.
Hi, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Nashir. You said you have to get a drink. Take your
Yeah,
time.
I got my drink already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to come up here because I was. What?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to come up here and say I think it is absolutely hilarious. It's like I was gone for a day, busy. I see all these tags. I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened today. It looks like they're trying. It's like they're amping it up every day. I love it. It's like it's only defeating their whole cause as to what they're trying to do. But I just Dorothy, I mean, on camera talking about delusion while she looks like that and she has a drug abuse problem.
Uh, I don't think she really thought about putting her drug abuse problem out in the street when she did it.
I don't care. The way that she talks about mental health, I don't care. Like
Right.
she has a substance abuse issue and talk about paranoid drug induced psychosis. Just saying.
Whoa. Just saying. I mean, I don't think she thought about that when she did it.
That shit
I thought,
happens.
shit happens.
I know
That's
people
right.
that that's happened to. Yeah, having a drug-induced psychosis from being up for days on different types of drugs. Oh yeah, certainly.
Yeah. She that I feel sorry for that little boy.
I don't feel
But
so. Oh, for the
the
yeah,
little boy,
definitely.
yeah. I mean, I heard him one day when she was talking and he asked for food. I'm like, God,
Oh, I didn't
you
hear
know?
that, but I heard about it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
sad.
I heard him
I don't even
say
want to
he
talk
was
about
hungry.
that. I'd
Yeah,
rather
I
talk
mean,
about her than anything with that. That's just awful. But um, excuse me. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I don't know why that's so. I mean, I was just shocked when I saw it on camera. I'm like, wait a second. So you can talk about this, this, and this, but God
exactly.
forbid. And then it's like you're. What are you mad about? You're mad that I questioned you. Well, then it would be wise for you to refrain from questioning my past relationship, questioning other people's health. You might want to not do that if you don't want others questioning you, because at this point, I'm obligated. I can
Absolutely.
ask you. Damn right. So
I made you obligated now. Right now, I disagree with you, so I'm making you obligated. No, you're right though. I mean, she has put on a good show for a while. Always, making herself look so, I don't know what the word is. Like she's so much better. And now the truth about what she does has come out and hypocrisy is all over. So yeah, if you want to talk about her, you have the right to, especially with the way they come at you. I don't know why they come at you so much.
Yeah, there's certain things I wouldn't say. There's certain things I would never say. Like I wouldn't say. I just don't like. I wouldn't stoop to that low like how they do.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in it. But when it comes to like things like that, that's really my thoughts on it. Like, and I was trying not to say that specific thing with the drug thing, but I've been around addicts. I know how they act. I can tell. And they're very awful to be around, very stressful. They're just mooches. Some of them, like when they're in active addiction. So this isn't bashing anyone's sobriety, or what do they call it? Freaking being clean or sobriety. So they can be some of the most manipulative con artists. And that's because it's a totally different addiction to than people that have, than when they're addicted to alcohol. And that's because they're illegal to obtain. So they have to learn how to cop that drug and talking to all different types of people. So they become very good at being deceitful.
Wow. I don't know where she was, but I've been in the ICU before. I've been in the ICU is what they call it down here. And it ain't no 4-day stay at the Bahamas. So I don't know where she was, but I know
call
she
bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit too. I do, because just saying you were in ICU for, I don't ever think she really said what she was there for. But
yes, she did. She posted it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear her because I don't watch her. I just heard about, well, when she was missing, I was listening then to make sure, listening to people so you find out if they're okay or not. And I was listening to her the day she came on out of the blue, and I was pretty shocked at that. Like, if you were in a hospital heart attack and all this stuff you're saying in a matter of 5 days, why the hell are you on the internet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well. You don't stay in the. Okay, she said that she was in. It was the intensive care unit. Okay, she said that's where she was. But listen, that's not how it goes about. You go through different stages, to get out of that. That's intense. Like, you don't just go there for a couple days. Okay, I'm in intensive care unit. Woo, back home within a couple days. All good. Back to talking crap online. And what got me is that her first post was about Granny's watching, calling her a liar for the cancer. And it's
Right.
So then what the hell are you mad about? Because at this point, tell me what it really is about. Because it's clearly not about anything that you're that's coming out of your freaking mouth. It's something deeper. And because she's just a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. And when I saw her on camera, honestly, I was shocked. The first time when somebody sent me a picture of her on Natasha's, I was like, oh, okay. But then when I actually saw her, she reminds me of a witch or something, in a nightmare, something that would be coming at you at 3 a.m.
Something you don't want to see in a dark street.
Those glossy eyes. Yeah.
But it's worse than that, because she wasn't in ICU. She was in ICCU, which is intensive critical care. No, that's a stage, right? If you get up in there, oh man, that's so strict it's not even funny. But you would get released to the ICU next. If you get. She was in intensive critical care unit, and then she would have, if she was technically in there, she would have got dropped down to the next level of ICU before she would have ever been close to getting out or leaving. It wouldn't have been no thing like she described and how long she was there. I've been in ICCU. I know how long it takes. I've been in ICU step down. I know the whole procedure. And
yeah, I asked people that I know, and they were like, no. They said, especially with what I said about the community, said those people are full of shit.
Exactly. It is. It's a bullshit story. Yes, and I just don't she gets away with telling this story And we all talk about it, yes, but we don't like, I don't know, spend the next 3 years talking about this one incident with her because other
Well,
things
some people
happen.
will. Some people
Well,
will drag on one incident for freaking years.
the
Depends on the
thing,
person.
the thing I noticed was Natasha was playing. Oh, Tubby, I'm sorry, was the recliner. I'm talking about the chair. Sure. Uh, said she called to check on her, right? Which I don't believe they told her shit. And was playing it all along like she knew all the info, but she wasn't expecting Dorothy to pop up that day on the internet. Because I think the next thing you know, she's trying to get on the internet and gotten the back door like to get on there, and Dorothy let her up.
Hello?
Would be financially responsible for
Oh, get out of here.
And Dorothy let her up, and
Sorry, I had a
Dorothy
phone
let her.
call. I was listening.
Oh, Dorothy let her up, and she instantaneously started, like stopping Dorothy from talking. Like, she was covering her ass. Oh, I called you, and they told me this, and she does that whenever she's lying. I don't think, she probably tried to check on her, but how did they know what hospital she was in?
God, it's common sense. For one, they're not even supposed to give you that information, but sometimes, like, and I've had it happen when I was in the hospital with a kidney infection I almost died from when I was 17. My fever at the hospital, the highest it went was 108 while I was in there, and they could not get it to go down. And I remember, like, everything seemed like a blur. I don't even remember most of my stay there because I kept falling asleep from the pain medication they had me on because I remember it was so painful I could not even get up to go to the bathroom. Like, they literally had to put something under me to piss because I could not. That's how painful it was. And when I first got to the hospital, and they told my family, they said, there's a chance that she could die. They said, I don't know, because her fever is not going down, and it's 108. It's very serious. But of course, they didn't tell me that. But anyways, my whole point is that people were calling that knew me, but they're not related to me. They're not on my emergency contact, nothing like that. And they just said, very concerned, yada yada. But they just said, oh no, she's like stable, like, and they didn't give the
Right.
details. They're not supposed to do that, but they can do that. Depends on who answers.
Right.
But they're not going to tell you the details. They're not,
Yes.
unless you lot. They're not going to. And if they did, that person could they could lose their job.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They do that at the VA. They won't tell you shit. I mean, my caretaker has paperwork from the VA to be in the hospital with me at all times, and it's even hard for her. So if they're that strict, you ain't calling them and they ain't gonna tell you nothing. Jill said Dot asked the chat about her abusive, meth addicted son and girlfriend living there and scaring Jerry and ruining his birthday, and asked us what she should do. And I said he has to be out because subjecting minor to it is CP. But she's, I don't, what about what she's, what's gonna happen with Jerry now? I mean, she just put Jerry in that same position. I know you don't want to talk about it, Mandy.
Yeah, I don't want to be on here if you're going to talk about that. Just because
No,
of how hard they're coming after me, they're going to link me to it. You know how dense some of them are. They can't.
No,
They can't differentiate.
I'm answering Jill, who wrote in a comment that has nothing to do with Mandy. So
I know, but I'm saying I'm doing that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm putting that on here for them from my own mouth.
No, you're just drawing too much attention at this point. But yeah, that's all I was saying was just that. Anyways, I have to go because I have to get ready for my live. It's already 1:58, and I have a few more things to do.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Recently happened that I need to add to it. So
get going.
Yeah, thank you for letting me up. I'll talk to you later.
Be careful. Jill said Dot asked the chat about her abuse. Oh, I read that one. I'm sorry. Jill said, then she was pissed that anyone spoke on it. She literally asked us and was pissed off. She sets people up to speak about it, then says, don't speak on kids. What the hell? Yep. The stay would not be yeah, I know that. Jill says, I just mean she shouldn't be asking that if she wants to leave kids out. Kids shouldn't be involved in anything. That is the biggest and worst mistake I see on here. Is this kid thing. You know, I had to get water again. Stop bringing kids. Kids are innocent creatures, innocent blessings of God. And people who have children are just the caretakers of those children for God. And so to me, it's abusive. You're being abusive when you talk about the children, no matter what age they are. If they're under 18 and you're talking about somebody's kids, then you're doing the wrong thing. It's just that simple. You're doing the wrong thing. And if you can't see that, and your personality tells you that it's okay, then you have something seriously wrong with you. Jill says in the majority of time, it's their own parents that bring them up. Yep. Sure is. And that they'll bring them up and then they'll bitch when people say something. I don't think anybody should be talking about their medical records or anything about their medical at all whatsoever. If something happens to you and if it involves your medical records, you should not be speaking on it at all. If it comes to your kids under 18, you should be not speaking on them at all. I mean, common things I'm saying about not speaking about. You can say that my child XYZ. You can say XYZ. I took him to the zoo. I don't mean stuff like that. I don't think you should show them on film. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having a normal, everyday conversation with them when you're at the zoo. But as far as people using the fact that you're at the zoo with your kids to talk about your kids for evil intentions, yeah, I have a problem with that. Especially when Tubby does it. Because that's just being hateful and mean. I mean, if and when someone says that it's best to get a hint and keep the stream going. Huh? When someone says that it's best to get a hint and keep the stream going. I must not got the hint. I thought you were going to do your stuff. I feel like I did something. What'd I do? You better tell me. Don't you run away. If I upset you when we were talking about the kids, I do apologize. Right now, right, you're here, because it's not my intention. I just feel for them. I guess it's because I'm an orphan. So I feel for children in general about their welfare. So for you, she knows who I'm talking to. I apologize for making that person uncomfortable. It was certainly not my intention. I just leave kids alone. And if you do something and you don't be surprised when people do something back, like report it or whatever. Just saying. But since Mandy's going live, I'm gonna hop over there and listen to what she's talking about. It was nice talking to everybody today, and thank you. And I will have my head together better next time. I just was having an open chat that we could talk about anything. So everybody have a good day. Jill, all the people sitting in the back that are always afraid to come to the front, I really wish you guys would. But it's okay. It's okay. It's a kind of scary place up here sometimes. But everybody have a great day. Think positive thoughts, and I will see you soon.